and all in thrilling new living sound.
Brand new banger. Exclusive hot new mix. Let's go. Hot shit. Here it comes.
Hello, Lucas Nation fans. Welcome back to another exciting podcast here today. I am so happy to be doing this podcast again, and this is something very spectacular we're gonna do. And Tyrus, what we doing?
Yeah, so we're doing a 3-day podcast spectacular. So hopefully you guys are ready for this podcast series this weekend only. And who knows, we might do this again. The 3-day podcast spectacular. So on Friday, there's a podcast. Saturday, there's a podcast. And Sunday, we're going to have a podcast up for you guys. So excited for you guys here in K.L.P Entertainment Host Stream Studios. We're doing something very, very spectacular for all of our fans out there, the Lucas Nation. And so excited to be doing this, of course.
So tune in the podcast for the 3-day spectacular, as Tyrus mentioned. Of course, go out and see Out of Bounds. Out of Bounds is out right now. Daily Motion at K.L.P Entertainment. Go check that out because that movie is a great movie. We're still in the running to hit the top 3 slots in Daily Motion's independent films. So excited for that. And of course, we've got Vibe 2. Tyrus, you want to tell them about Vibe 2?
Yeah, so Vibe 2 comes out October 20th. That is a K.L.P production. I've actually worked on some of the songs with K.L.P, but he's one of our, the head producer of the album because he's the face on the cover. But Vibe 2, Volume 2 comes out in October, so I can't wait for you guys to go see it. So hopefully you guys go out and check it because listening to the music is great, and I'm glad that we were able to do that.
So today we're here to talk about, on the 3-day podcast spectacular for our Lucas Nation fans here, is the hit TV series from Starz, Power. Power is an American crime drama television series airing on Starz. The show is created by Courtney Kemp and produced by the rapper we all know, and I got some of his songs on my iPod, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Of course, 50 Cent is the head producer for the show, and it premiered on June 7th, 2014, and it is now 2017, and we're on the 4th season, I believe. Again, before we really dissect the show and really get into it, if you guys haven't seen Power, I advise you guys go check it out because this is a fantastic show. I really do like how the show really tells the story of James St. Patrick, played by Omar Hardwick, and just really excited that people are really doing it.
Yeah, I like Leela Lauren better. Leela Lauren, she's bae, and Leela, if you're somehow hearing this podcast, this is Tyrus Lester talking to you, baby. And I would really love to get to know you more, but she's one of my favorite characters for the podcast show. Today, she's one of my favorite from Power.
Well, Naturi Naughton is my go-to gal for the show. She is a beautiful queen, nice chocolate, but she was part of the Three Little Women, 3LW. So she's also a singer. So I just can't wait to see more of her and more things that kind of goes on with it, and for the show and for her singing career. I don't even know if she's gonna progress more in singing, but if she do, that'd be fantastic. But Power, that's her niche right now.
Yeah, so on June 11, 2014, Starz renewed Power for the 10th episode, 2nd season, which began in June 6, 2015, and ended August 15, 2015. On June 10, 2015, a possible critical response to the season 2 premieres, Power has also been renewed for a 10th episode of season 3, which also premiered July 17, 2016, and on July 19, 2016, Starz again renewed Power for the 4th and 5th season. Season 4 premiered June 25th, 2017, so that's a couple of days ago. Of course, they already confirmed it for a 5th season. So this show here you can really tell that this show really, really got it done, and it just really, really got it in hand, and really got it seen. Now, Kennedy, we're not gonna talk about the whole show, are we?
Well, no, not necessarily. We're not going to talk about every season because that was going to take forever for the podcast. And of course, we want to be sure we have time to do the podcast for the 3-day spectacular to give you a little taste of the podcast show for season 7. But the series follows James St. Patrick, played by Amari Hardwick, nicknamed Ghost. I really do like that nickname. I think it's a cool name, and I wish my nickname was Ghost or something like that. But my nickname is K.L.P. or Lucas, so he is the owner of Truth, a popular New York City nightclub. In addition, he's a major player in one of the city's biggest illegal drug networks. Now the story kind of twists. He struggles to balance the two lives of him being just the club owner and the drug dealer, and the balance topping that he realized that he wants to leave the drug ring in order to support his legitimate business. Of course, the nightclub is a legitimate business, and in season 4, again, for you Lucas Nation fans out there listening to the podcast, this is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the show at all, please go back and check out the show, because you're going to need to see the show in order to understand what I'm talking about. So he wants to get out. Of course, season 4, he's starting a real estate business because he wants to be clean. You know, Angela, played by Leland Lauren, very beautiful, talented actress, arrests James St. Patrick in season 3, I believe, and now season 4, he shows up in jail. Of course, so shows up in jail, and he's just in jail, rotten, and his family's kind of going down.
Yeah, so, and also want to bring this out, Kennedy, for the podcast. Charlie Murphy, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's brother, died a couple of weeks ago. So he was in power before he died and passed away. So you're going to see Charlie Murphy into the show as long, so rest in peace for him, famous, funny comedian. He played his role really well, and, they kind of killed him off in the show, and then now he's, dead previously, so, rest in peace for him as well. Of course, James St. Patrick, he also wants to keep his marriage of Tasha, played by Notori Naughton. Of course, in season 1, the happily married black power couple, and then he messes around with Angela, because Angela and James are more of the couple from high school and college, and he kind of cheats on Tasha for Angela in season 1 and season 2, so please go back and see it. With his relationship with the AUSA, the Assistant United States Attorney, Angela Valdez, played by, again, Lila Lauren, who helped his partner in crime, Tommy Egan. Tommy Egan, played by, again, I have his name right here, Joseph Sikora. He is one of the main characters, and he's hilarious in the show, very, very funny. And he tries to manage the double life. James St. Patrick tries to, try to remain the double life. And of course, it just kind of comes to play, and the story kind of evolves, and just really, really good.
So this show, again, is a crime drama created by Courtney Kemp. Very, very good. Original theme is called Big Rich Town. Again, got it on my iPod right now as we speak, by 50 Cent and Joe. Joe is a great singer. 50 Cent is the rapper, of course. And, of course, Big Rich Town, I love the song. I really do. It was made in the United States. And, of course, there's currently on the 4th season. Of course, 5th season is going to be coming up really good. So there's a total of 37 episodes for both season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Of course, it's a Starz release. Of course, you can go get on the Starz app, or you can go and watch the show live on TV. Of course, hopefully they're going to bring it to Netflix. I seriously doubt they will, because they might pick a sponsorship up with Hulu. But if the show was on Netflix, that would be fantastic for all of us Netflix subscribers for the show. Of course, this show, the show's different. It has a lot of sexual, I'm trying to think of the right word, sexual,
like tension, like sexual content in the show.
Yeah, so, You're right. So, this show is it's just great. You just have to watch it just to believe it. Of course, Metacritics and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 85% like rate, so that's pretty good. 85. That's not too bad. And of course, you can go and find the soundtrack for all 4 of the seasons. I really do love the soundtrack they implemented into the show because the music is always important. We must agree that music is always important with this with shows like this. You have shows like like Ballers and Empire. They have that good soundtrack to coexist with the episodes. But with this show, they really bring out the R&B and the rap style of the songs, and it's just really, really good.
And don't forget, Kennedy, don't forget the character development. Character development is really, really good in the show. They played the role really well. And you should see fans all over Twitter. I saw this thing, Kennedy, on Facebook and Twitter. I saw that fans were, tweeting about the show. And, this Twitter, we turn to Twitter. And, of course, we have a lot of our fans that just like the I guess, quote-unquote, sexiness of the male actress like Amari Hardwick and the guy who played Andre and Tommy. A lot of girls was just kind of nasty on Twitter, like very, very that. Some girl said on Twitter that I would like to suck Andre's character, I forgot his name, his lips, because he has some huge lips. And it was just very funny that, Power Cast responded to that kind of stuff. Of course, for our men, we saw Leela Lauren and Notori Naughton. Oh my God, Leela is just, yep. That's she's babe. She's babe.
Well, you gotta say that Notori is sexy as well. So But again, Lucas Nation fans, please go see it. It's Power. It is on right now, season 4. This show is just great for what we got going for the Power series, and it is such a good show. I encourage all of you guys to go see the show because it's very, very, very awesome just to hear it and to see on TV. And, I can't wait for our 5th season. So that's going to do it for the Lucas Chat podcast. But please stay tuned for this weekend. This weekend here in September, starting September month, is the 3-day podcast spectacular. Of course, we're going to do 3 podcasts for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The whole weekend is just going to be podcasting for K.L.P. Entertainment's YouTube channel, and of course on Hustream Studios' Instagram and Facebook. So please stay tuned this weekend for more podcasting news because we're podcasting left and right. Hopefully you guys are ready for this 3-day spectacular. Tyrus, where can our Lucas Nation fans find us on the social media?
Yeah, so if you go to the link description below in the podcast, if you're on YouTube and SoundCloud. Of course, all of our social media is all 4 of the websites, the K.L.P photography website and the live website, which I'm still the executive of. And of course, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Hustream Studios' account, and of course on K.L.P photography at both Instagram and Facebook accounts. So please go check us out. We're getting these likes. I looked at our analytics this morning when we're coming into the office, and we're growing with our market, and we're really growing with that. So please go check it out. It's just really, really good.
So yeah, that's going to do it. The Lucas Chat podcast, part of day 1, the 3-day spectacular with your host, Kennedy Lucas and
Tyrus Lester.
Logging out.
In all thrilling new living sound.
Brand new banger. Exclusive hot new mix. Let's go.